Okay, so I just have a couple questions. All right, so basically, I'm doing this interview. I'm interviewing you just to see so I'm writing I guess a website about why wrestling is, I guess, better or what it teaches you than other sports and
Right,
stuff
yeah.
like. I'm sure you've heard the
Yeah.
whole spiel about. So first thing, how long have you wrestled for?
Since seventh grade, so this is my 7th year.
Okay, wow. So you've done it before since.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then, so what other sports did you play, or do you continue to play?
Then in 8th grade I did lacrosse, and then since then I've just done wrestling.
Oh, wow.
And then before then I did hockey for a while, and then just about everything when I was little.
Oh, wow. All right, and then so why and when did you start? Like, what brought you to wrestling exactly?
It was weird. I was like really into hockey, but I was like super small. And then Cincinnati, like hockey sucks, and it's so small. They wanted me to play in 7th grade, like with high school sophomores.
For
And
wrestling?
no, for hockey.
Oh, wow.
Like full contact hockey.
Yeah.
And I think 7th grade I wrestled in the 86-pound weight class. And
That's,
they wanted me to go against sophomores. So
that's tiny.
yeah, my parents were like, you're gonna get fucked up.
Oh, my gosh. That's
And
crazy.
then I was like, they're like, well, you're aggressive, and like you always were like really aggressive in hockey, so just wrestle because that's just aggression and
Right.
like this conduct, put people against your own size.
Exact, perfect,
So,
right. And then so
gonna
but you
mess
said you were 186, and then high
no,
school.
just regular 86.
Wait, what'd you say?
8'6", not 186.
Oh, I meant 86. My
Yeah.
bad. I'm so used to
Oh, yeah,
100.
yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So and then I assume since you were so 103 throughout high school and 106 when the weight changed.
Yeah.
But did you ever have to like cut weight and drop weight?
Not like severely.
Just
Because like freshman I was like right around 100 pounds. And then junior and senior year, my natural was like 112, 113.
Oh,
So nothing
okay.
too serious.
Right. So there's a couple
But it's-
pounds.
yeah.
So what'd you do to like drop those few extra
That's the
pounds?
standard stuff, like cut out all the unnecessary stuff,
Right.
exercise more.
Did you do like the running with the bag and all, or no?
Never had to do that.
Yeah. So what were your practices like? That's a big thing. Like you're at school.
Remember. Okay, so we usually did split practices, varsity and JV.
Okay.
And then 2 days a week, it would be everybody practices together.
How many times a week, by the way? Just because it's different for every.
So Monday through Thursday, always. Friday, if we didn't have a tournament or duel or anything.
Oh, wow.
So 4 or 5, depending on
Wow.
how the competition schedule went. And then kind of the so like when it was the whole team together, it was usually just like a warm up and then more technique and then some live.
Oh,
And then when it was varsity, it was pretty much all just like drill what you're good at and go live.
okay. So when you're with varsity, you're just trying to prove
Yeah.
yourself. I see.
But just kind of like get like the people that don't know as much what they're doing out, and then just kind of like the guys who know what they're doing focus. And
Okay, and the kids that don't know just watch.
I know the kids that don't know had a different practice earlier in the day. It was
Oh.
more like technique.
I see.
It was more like teaching.
Okay, and then so
Yeah, I thought that was a really good system.
I'm sure. Yeah, the thing is, in my high school was tiny, so it was just
Yeah.
mixed in. But for wrestling for a long time, what were like the 3 most important things that you learned from like wrestling and like compared to other sports? Like what I guess I'll just start with that.
Yeah, I guess you really have to learn to like manage yourself and like keep your weight down, because like you can't just go out and like binge and eat whatever you want,
Oh, of
especially as
course
you're getting
not.
closer. Yeah.
Right.
And just like the self-control aspect.
So I'd
And
say
then-
responsibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
responsible. And then wrestling is just like so hard. You just gotta stay with it, and like there's probably multiple times every like intense practice where you're gonna kind of think about quitting. You just gotta keep
Oh yeah,
powering
of
through
course.
it.
Yeah.
It's dedication.
Yeah.
And then I was captain my junior and senior year, which taught me a lot with like leadership and
Oh,
stuff.
nice. That's awesome. And then so I'm sure you think so, but do you think it's one of the toughest sports out
Oh
there?
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Nothing comes
Oh, yeah.
close.
But also so compared to other sports like hockey and like whatever you played, what do you notice? Like what do you notice as like an athlete of wrestling, and that what was different?
I mean, I never did like super competitive.
No, I know, but
which
like-
makes it tougher to compare. But I guess with wrestling, like you got to be fully committed to it, or else
It sucks.
And then I think with hockey, like, you can be less committed and then just kind of have the rest of your team bail you out.
Right.
You know, you're one of
Perfect.
3 forwards. If you're
Right.
slacking up a little bit, the rest are going to cover for you. If you're not giving wrestling your all, you're going to just go out there and get your ass kicked every match. Which
Right. It sucks.
sucks.
It
Yeah,
definitely
which
sucks.
was my freshman year.
Right. So, what was the best thing about wrestling and the worst? Like, would you say top, lowest?
Winning and just like when you
Yeah.
beat somebody that like you know you shouldn't have beat, and you know that you did it because you worked for it and you earned it.
Right. Dan Gable said, winner of first period is the technician.
The winner of the second
Yeah.
period.
It-
Let's get the most stamina,
yeah,
the
with
first
the
phase,
biggest
the most
heart.
heart.
Yeah. Yeah, and the worst part, of course. What was that?
Just when you're giving it your all and you can't pull off a
Oh,
win.
right.
And you just think, I did all this work. I didn't get to do whatever I wanted. I like went into like a hard ass wrestling room for 3 hours, 4 days a week, and just
Didn't see any
didn't
results.
see anything.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure you remember this very vividly, but what was your first match and win like?
Yeah. First match was, I think I lost in like a minor to some like scrub.
Oh,
And then my first win, I really sucked my entire first year. I think
yeah,
I
that's
got,
how
like,
I was too. I
yeah.
just didn't pick up on like how to do anything and
I
stuff
got
like that.
one win in it. I just like killed the kid. And that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
The best is when they raise their hand and you're just
Yeah.
standing out there. Yeah. But thank you. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And but I really appreciate it.